Make the ground shake.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gummy, and today we are here with another statue tutorial, again continuing with the Vanos and Friends collection. Today we are doing Daithi De Nogla. So, Nogla is an Irish YouTuber who does GTA videos. He does a bunch of videos actually, like different games. He does like Call of Duty occasionally, Gmod, that kind of stuff, and he's well known for being in the Vanos group with, I guess, like Louis Caliber, Delirious, Wildcat, that lot. So, we have done a statue of him in the past, and it was his old GTA character when he was wearing the suit. Now, his modern day character, and it's been like this for quite a while in fact, is a lot more derpy. So, he's wearing more of like casual like trousers, so more of like a tracksuit. He's wearing then a diaper for some reason, and then a green shirt. So, his character is like basically as ugly as he could get, and I think that was the intention, and that's what the statue is going to be today. So, it's going to be really, really derpy. And that's on purpose. So bear that in mind before you leave a comment saying how like silly the statue looks. That is on purpose. So, again, this was designed by Predetor. So I'll leave a link to his Twitter in the description. And I'll also put his Xbox game tag, because as far as I'm aware, he's still looking for builders to help him design and build on his world. So if that sounds something of interest, again, I'll leave his game tag in the description. Feel free to shoot him a message on Xbox and see if he needs your help. So, again, if you haven't already seen the recent Vanos & Co. statues that I've been doing, I did the H.O. Delirious Raccoon. I also did the Vanos statue, as well as the Wildcat updated character. I'll leave links to them as well in the description. Feel free to check them out. With that said, let's get straight into the tutorial. So, the blocks you're going to need is brown wool, black wool, white wool, green stained clay, lime stained clay, pink stained clay, mushroom, or white stained clay. So this is where we have a bit of a dilemma. Mushroom, as you can see here, is a really nice skin tone colored block. It's a really olivey kind of skin like shade. Compared to white stained clay, it's a very peach. But it's still a nice color. But this is where it's like a problem, because this is the nicer of the two. However, on PC versions 1.8 and above, this is no longer a thing. It then looks like this. They've updated the texture, so it looks like this block right here, which, as you can see, is not a good skin color. It's like got tons of weird texture on it, and it just looks like fungus, whereas this is like an actual nice skin tone. So, we're going to be using this one. However, if you don't have access to this one, because they've updated the texture to this block, then use this one. So, that's essentially all I've got to say. Again, it's one of those things where it kind of sucks they've done that, but they have for some reason on PC, and they probably will do it in the future on Xbox as well. So if you are building this in the future and this block doesn't exist, just use white stained clay. So with that said, what we're going to do is start building. So, we're going to start off with the legs. The legs are 12 tall, 8 wide. What we're going to do is find an empty gap, as you can see. It's not a problem here. And we're going to place 8 brown wool. So 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 brown wool. The second layer is the exact same. So 8 brown wool. And on top of that, we're going to do 10 layers of black wool. So what we do is we build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we do this all the way across. So we just build up to the same height. And that will give you your 10 by 8 of black wool. But most importantly, it will give you a 12 by 8 of your legs. So, again, it's just a case of building up to the same height all the way across, and then you'll come up to the same height. Okie dokie, so once you've done that, it will look like this. Again, that is 12 by 8, and if you don't believe me, I'll show you an awesome trick which I use all the time. So, if you come to floor level and you get your map out, if you're on PC, press F3, it works just as good. And you see here my Y coordinate goes up if I go up, down if I go down. It's basically your height level in the world. If you stand on the floor, mine is Y5. Yours may be different, please factor that in. Yours may not be Y5, say if yours is Y10, and you factor in what I'm doing, it's going to be wrong, and your statue is going to be like 5 blocks too short. So, mine is Y5. If you had 12 on that, you got Y17, so if I come up to here, it should be Y17. Again, if your floor level is, say, Y10, you're looking for Y22, because you're looking for 12 above your starting level. If you say mine is Y10 here, and I'm looking for Y17, your statue's only going to be 7 blocks tall, and it's going to be really, really short and not look too good. So again, factor in what your floor level is. That's really, really important. But again, that is 12 tall and 8 wide. So that is the legs complete. Now what we're going to do is start working on the body. So we're going to start off by placing 8 white wool, so a row of 8 white wool, and then to the left of it we're going to place 4 mushroom, and to the right we're going to do the exact same, 4 mushroom. Again, if you are not using the mushroom block and you are in fact using the white stained clay, use white stained clay whenever I say mushroom, but again in this tutorial I will be using mushroom because we have access to it. So that is essentially where the hands are going to start. That is the 13th layer, and that is the first layer of the hands / arms. However, I'm going to continue working on the body for now, and we'll come back to the arms later on in the video. So, the second layer of the body, we're going to start off on the left side. We're going to place 1 green, 2 lime, 2 green, 2 lime, 1 green. From these 2 green in the middle, what we're going to do is build up 8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to do the exact same for the one to the right of it. So right now it should be a 9x2 pillar that looks like this. What we're then going to do is go up diagonal to left twice, and then we do the exact same on the right side. So we go up diagonal twice, and it will now look like a Y shape out of green stained clay. You'll have this area in the middle. The 2 lower blocks is going to be lime stained clay. And we go up diagonal to the left and 1 to the right, again using lime stained clay. That will leave you 2 blocks in the middle. For that, we're going to place 2 mushroom, again white stained clay if you don't have access. So essentially, right here should be where the top of the body is. So this should be 24 blocks off the floor. As you can see, it's Y29 here. My Y coordinate for the floor is Y5. So if I do 29 minus 5, it's 24, and that proves to you that this is in fact 24 tall. But what we're going to do is this whole area here we're going to fill in with lime stained clay. So for the outer layer on the left we're going to build up 10, the next layer is 9, then 8, and then for the other side of this pillar it's 8, 9, and then of course 10, and that will give you your 12x8, which consists of 11 layers of lime and green, and then 1 layer of white for his nappy / diaper. So, this is what it should look like so far. In total, again, it's 24 tall, 16 wide, 8 wide if you aren't including the arms, of course, because we're going to be working on them right now. So again, if you want to pause, you're more than welcome to do so. I will come back later on and give you a better opportunity to pause, but this is just like an along the way kind of catch-up checkpoint is the word I'm going to use, because that's probably the best word. So, starting on the left arm now, the left arm and the arms in general are 12 tall and 4 wide. So we come to the 13th layer and we go 4 blocks to the left. You should have already done that, but if you haven't, again, come to the 13th layer of the build, 4 blocks to the left, 4 blocks to the right. Basically, it's going to be the layer of white wool here, because that is the 13th layer. On top of this, we're going to do 4 layers of mushroom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now, it should be 5 tall and 4 wide. For the 6th layer, we're going to place 3 mushroom, 1 green stained clay. The next layer is 1 lime stained clay, 3 green. And on top of that, we're going to place 5 layers of 4 lime stained clay. And that will bring you up to the top level, which is, of course, the same height as the top of the body. And it will look like this. Again, that is 5 layers of mushroom. The 6th layer is 3 mushroom, 1 green. The 7th layer is 1 lime, 3 green, and then the remaining 5 layers is lime. Now, the right arm is the exact same, so we're going to come over to here. If you want to, like, copy it and mirror it over yourself, then feel free. However, I'm going to go over it nevertheless. So we come to the right side now. Again, 13th layer, 4 blocks to the right using mushroom. On top of this, we're going to build up 4 layers using our mushroom block. So that's 5 layers of mushroom. The 6th layer from left to right is 1 green, 3 mushroom. The 7th layer is 3 green, 1 lime, and then we have 5 layers of lime, which will bring us up to the top of the build, and will give you something that looks like this. Now that is the front of the statue complete, or at least the front of the body. Gonna get rid of my arm, as you can see here. It's currently 24 tall, 16 wide, 8 wide if you aren't including the arms. However, looks very flat. It doesn't resemble a statue very much. So what we're going to do now is start working on the sides of the body and making it 3D. So again, I will come back later on and give a more in-depth time to pause if you want that. But for now, we're going to start working on the side of the body. So we're going to come to the bottom left corner now, to this brown wall, and we're going to come around to the left side. We'll expand backwards, 1, 2, 3, using brown wool. If you back up a bit, you'll see that it's like a backwards L shape. It's 12 tall, 4 wide. However, this 4th row here is already built, so we're only placing 3 blocks on each row. So the 1st and 2nd row is 3 brown wool. And then on top of that, we're just going to build up 10 using black wool, and it will come up to the same height, and that will give you a 12 tall by 4 wide, consisting of 2 layers of brown wool and 10 layers of black wool. And that's what it looks like. It's as simple as that. From a left angle view, it looks like this. Going around to the right side now, it's the exact same. So expand backwards 3, gives you a 12 by 4 area. Again, this time it looks like an L. And the 1st and 2nd layer are brown wool, and then 10 layers of black wool. Again, 12 by 4, 2 layers of brown, 10 layers of black. Very, very simple. Shouldn't take any time at all. And that is the view from the right side. So once you've done that, what we can now do is move on to the back of the arms. So we come around to the rear of the body and to the first layer of the mushroom. Again, white stained clay if you're using white stained clay. What we're going to do is expand backwards, 1, 2, 3, all the way across on both hands. And if you come below, you'll notice it is a 4 by 4 square right now. And we do the exact same for the other arm. So bottom layer, we bring back 3 blocks. And from below, it is a 4 by 4 square. So it looks like this. It's like a backwards L on this side, an L on the normal side, and you have a platform underneath which you can see. So this is the left side of the arm, the left side of the left arm to be more specific. Again, it is a 12 by 4, however this is the 4th block, so we're only placing 3 blocks. Now the side of the arm is very, very simple. It consists of 6 layers of mushroom, 6 layers of lime. So we have this first layer here. What we're going to do is build up 5 layers of 3 mushroom. And if you've done it correctly, it will end off at the exact same point as this front part ends off. We then have 6 layers of 3 lime. And again, that will bring you up to the exact same height as the top of this part here, if you've done it correctly. And again, that is 6 layers of mushroom, 6 layers of lime, and that is a 12 by 4. And that is the left side of the arm complete. From the side angle, it looks like this. It's very, very plain, but that's the point, because he's literally wearing a plain green shirt. So for the right side of the right arm, we're going to come around to the side, of course, 12 by 4. This is the 4th block. We're only placing 3 blocks in each row. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to say it nevertheless just to avoid anyone getting confused. So we got this first layer. On top of this, we're going to place 5 layers of 3 mushroom. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, comes up to the same height as this block right here. On top of this, we're going to place 6 layers of 3 lime, and that will bring you up to the same height as this block here, or 24 blocks off the floor. And again, that is a 6 by 4 of mushroom and a 6 by 4 of lime stained clay. So nice and easy, and it looks like this. It's starting to take shape and come together. If you come around to the rear side of the statue now, you're presented with something, however, that isn't looking very complete, and that is the back side of the statue, which is very, very empty right now. So that's what we're going to work on filling in. One thing to point out is the rear of the statue is very, very plain and very easy to do. With that said, if you want to add detail, you can. However, and this is a big however, there isn't really any detail on the player model. Now, I've taken a look at an actual player model, like a 3D model in a animating software of his character, and there is literally no detail on the back. So, I mean, you can add detail, but you're not adding something that's actually there. So that's why I'm not doing it in this tutorial, is because I don't want to show you how to do something that's not there, and it be 100% like inaccurate in exchange for just adding detail. So if you want to, again, it's up to you. You can play around with that, but for this tutorial, I will not be doing it. So with that said, what we're going to start is the rear of the legs. So the rear of the legs is 12 by 8. However, row here plus row here equals 2. So we're only placing 6 blocks on each row. And the back is a very, very simple case of just matching up the 2 sides. So the first 2 layers is 6 brown wool. And then the remaining 10 layers is 6 black wool. So again, that is a 12 by 8, 2 layers of brown wool and 10 layers of black wool. Exact same as every other side. Once you've done that, you'll have a 12 by 8 that looks like this. Again, one last time, 2 layers of brown, 10 layers of black. So the rear of the body, what you're going to do is you can either place a layer of 8 white wool. It makes sense because his diaper's kind of like hanging out the back as well. Alternatively, you could just place a 12 by 8 of lime stained clay. So again, this is optional. You can place one layer of white wool, as you can see here, and then build up 11 using lime stained clay, and build an 11 by 8 of lime, and then a 1 by 8 of white wool. Or you can just place a straight up 12 by 8 of lime. And I'll show you what both look like just for demonstration purposes. But, again, it's up to you. It's open to interpretation whether you want to have the diaper showing at the back or just the front. Again, you can do what you want to do. That's what it looks like if you have 11 layers of lime and 1 layer of white. If you have 12 layers of lime, it simply looks like this. So it looks a bit plainer. But again, it's up to you. I'm going to go ahead and keep the layer of white. But again, feel free to remove it if you want to. So again, that is a 12 by 8 and it looks like this. So for the rear of the arms now, again, very, very simple. We're going to start on this one here. 12 by 4. This is the 4th block. We're only placing 3 and the 1st block is already done. On top of this 1st block, we're going to place 4 layers of mushroom. And it will bring you to the layer below this one here. On this layer, which happens to be the 6th layer, we're going to place 2 mushroom and 1 lime. And on top of this, we're going to place 6 layers of lime. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As you can see, that is a 12 by 4. And it consists again of 5 layers of mushroom. The 6th layer is 3 mushroom, 1 lime. And then there's 6 layers of lime. The other side, exact same. We have 5 layers on top of mushroom. The 6th layer is 1 lime, 2 mushroom, and then the remaining 6 layers is simply lime stained clay. It'll bring you up to the same height as the rest of the body. It will look like this. And the last thing we're going to do before we move on is we're going to go ahead and fill in the shoulders simply using lime stained clay. So again, a very, very simple statue to do. And before we move on to the head, we'll have a little spin around and make sure everyone's at the same point. So, again, right now, that is the body complete. What I'm going to do now is get rid of my arm. I'm going to do a little spin around, as I said, but it's going to be an in-depth one. So I'm going to come to a specific part of the statue. So, for example, here, the front of the legs. I will list off the size of it. So, 12 tall, 8 wide. And then I'll give you guys like a second or two to pause. I'm not going to give you like 5 minutes to pause because not everyone wants to pause at the exact same time. And that is the power of video. You can pause it. So hit the pause button whenever you want. It doesn't matter if it's in a specific time when I say would be a good time. Just whenever you feel is good and necessary for you and benefits you, just do it. So this is the front of the legs. It is 12 by 8. This is the front of the body. Again, 12 by 8. And the front of each arm, 12 by 4. Coming around to the left side, we have the left side of the leg, 12 by 4. The left side of the arm, 12 by 4. Coming around to the right side, we have the right side of the leg, 12 by 4. And the right side of the arm, again, 12 by 4. Coming around to the rear side, we have the rear side of the legs, 12 by 8. The rear side of the body, 12 by 8. And the rear side of each arm, 12 by 4. One thing I will point out, again, white wool diaper not necessary at the back. Again, it's optional if you want to add it. The final side is of course the shoulders, which is 16 by 4 and is majority just lime stained clay. So with that said, hopefully everyone is at this point. If you're not, go back in the video, see where things didn't go quite to plan. And if you're still having issues, let me know down in the comments below and I'll try and help you on a more personalised basis. With that said though, we're now going to start working on the head. So come around to the front side of the statue, the part with his neck, and come to the top left corner. From here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks to the right, and on the 5th block, we're going to place a mushroom block and bring it 2 forwards. We're now going to go to the right side, and we're going to count 5 to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 5th block, we're going to place a mushroom block and bring it 2 forwards. What we're then going to do is join them together. So there should be a 6 block gap in between. On the first layer, we're going to place 6 mushroom. Again, white stained clay if you don't have mushroom. And then the outer layer is 2 mushroom, 2 black wool, and 2 mushroom. And I'll give you an 8 by 2 and it looks like this. What we're then going to do is come around to the side and we're going to expand backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, using mushroom. Same on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll join them together by placing a 6 by 2 of mushroom in between. and that will give you, again, an 8x2 overhang on the rear side, but most importantly, that will give you an 8x8 square, and that is going to be our template for the head. So we've got front side, left side, right side, rear side, and we're going to start with the front side, aka the face. So this is where things get a tad derpy and a tad crazy. So his face, I'm not going to be rude about it, but it looks a tad messed up. And again, that's intentional on Nogla's part. He's made his character look as derpy as possible on purpose, so we had a bit of fun with it and made it look really, really derpy. So, what we're going to do, the second layer, so the first layer is 3 mushroom, 2 black wool, 3 mushroom. The second layer is 2 mushroom, 4 pink stained clay, 2 mushroom. The next layer is 1 mushroom, 1 pink, 4 black wool, 1 pink, 1 mushroom. And this kind of represents the fact that he has like a little goatee, a little moustache area, and then he has like a really, really big like lipstick kind of smile, which is what the pink stained clay represents. And as far as I can remember, I actually played around with the head a bit, so this isn't 100% accurate to Predator's original design, but I played around with it a bit and made it a bit more wacky and a bit more crazy. So the fourth layer is 8 mushroom. The fifth layer is 1 mushroom, 1 white wool, 1 lime stained clay, 2 mushroom, 1 lime, white, mushroom. Now, instead of white wool, you could use quartz if you want. I'll show you in a second what that looks like. The sixth layer is 1 mushroom, 1 white wool, 1 green, 2 mushroom, 1 green, white, mushroom. The next layer is 1 black wool, 6 mushroom, 1 black wool, and the final layer is 8 black wool. So once you've done that, that is an 8x8 square. It looks like this, and if you did in fact want to use quartz instead of white wool, it would look like this. So it does look pretty nice if you use quartz. I'll give it that. So again, if you want to use quartz instead of white wool, that's up to you. Either one works just as good. So again, that is the front of the face. That is 8x8. As you can tell, a bit crazy. And his eyes are a tad high up, but again, that's all intentional. And what you could do, if you really wanted to take it to the next level, is even put a paper bag over his head, because he does that in some of his videos. And if you guys want me to, I'll play around with that, and I'll post an image on Twitter if I actually do get around to adding a paper bag on his head. So if you want to check that out, follow me on Twitter at GummyBearGames, where I occasionally tweet out random things that I build that I don't actually do tutorials on. With that little plug over though, what we're going to do is continue with the head, and we're going to come around to the left side. So, for the left side, it currently looks like this. Again, the left side is 8x8, and the first 3 layers is simply mushroom. So the first layer we've already done, second layer is already done now, and then that is the third layer. From left to right, the fourth layer is 5 black wool, 2 mushroom. The next layer is 6 black wool, 1 mushroom. The next layer is 7 black wool. And then the final 2 layers is again 7 black wool. So 3 layers of 7, a layer of 6, 5, and then the rest is all mushroom. And it looks like this. He has a gradient. I don't really know what I was trying to say there. A gradient, basically. A gradual gradient, that's what I was trying to say, of black wool, where his hair kind of like phases out. And it kind of gets longer at the end, and he has like a little like ponytail. But we'll discuss that more in a second. So, that is the left side, again, 8x8. Coming around to the right side now, again, we have 3 layers of mushroom. Then, we have, from right to left, 5 black wool, 2 mushroom. Next layer is 6 black wool, and 1 mushroom. So, from left to right, it's 1 mushroom, 6 black wool. And then the final 3 layers is 7 black wool. That will give you, again, an 8x8 square. It is the exact same as the other side, and it looks like this. So, coming around to the rear side now, it looks like this. Again, it's a U shape, and it's going to be 8x8. The first 3 layers is mushroom, and then the final 5 layers is black wool. Once we've gone ahead and done that, we'll be adding a little 3D effect for the ponytail. But again, I'd just fill this in first. There we go. So that is 8x8. Again, 3 layers of 8 mushroom. 5 layers of 8 black wool. Coming to the 4th layer, which is the first layer of black wool, we're going to come to the 4th and 5th block in the middle and place 2 white wool as a 3D effect. This is to his hairband. Underneath this, we're going to place a 2x2 of black wool, and that is his little ponytail. If you want to make it longer, feel free. However, in the game, it isn't actually that long. It's not that noticeable. It's just like a little bundle of hair at the back. Something similar to what Gareth Bale had at Euros. So, for the final side, what we're going to do, the top side, is just simply fill it in using black wool. And once you've gone ahead and done that, that is the statue complete and the tutorial complete. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little spin around of the head. Again, bear in mind the head is 8x8x8, so it's a cube. Only exception of this being the little 3D effect of the ponytail at the rear side. If I back up a bit, you'll be able to see what it looks like, and you can see that his derpiness really is a thing. It's really noticeable. However, again, that's intentional. So please do let me know if you like this statue down in the comments below. Again, if you did enjoy the tutorial, leave a like, and also subscribe if you're new to the channel. I do tutorials basically up to 3 times a week. On my second channel, I do bonus videos, bonus tutorials, IRL videos such as pop vinyl unboxings, and general cool stuff like that. So if that sounds like something of interest to you, then check it out. I've also been doing the FNAF World tutorials over there. So for all the people asking for that, then please check that out. And that also does cover the sister location statues. So when sister location the game does come out, I'll probably be doing coverage of the statues on the second channel. So again, I really do hope you enjoyed. Again, stay tuned for the rest of the Vanoss and Friends statue collection. I've got Louis coming, a new Louis version. I've also got Terrorizer, a updated version, and also potentially Moose Knuckles early bird statue. So again, I really do hope you enjoyed. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. My name has been Gummy, and goodbye. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you?